Hello friends, today we are going to work on this lens that was sent to me from Denmark for repair, and as you can see the lens has some fungus inside, and the lens itself you can read is the Nikkor 85mm 1.8 classical manual version. Fantastic lens for the portraits and near everything else, I would say. And to remove the fungus, just follow my instructions and then this is going to be extremely simple. So first thing to do is to come to the minimum focusing position, and I do this simply to discover a set screw that is here, and you can remove it with a 1.2mm wide flat screwdriver like I have here, and that you can find a link on the video description. And what you do is you just loosen the set screw a little bit. You don't have to remove it, and don't try to remove it because it's very small and you'll risk losing it. And one of the solutions that I use to avoid that is working on a white cloth, so if everything falls over I am able to find it really easy and quick. Okay, so we removed the set screw, and with that we will be able to unscrew this. If you have to force a lot, that probably means you haven't loosened the set screw enough, so just come back, loosen it, because this thing here should come out really easy. And like most AI Nikon lenses, what it happens is that the whole optical block is going to come out, and here we'll need to pay attention to a few things, but we'll see that afterwards when reassembling the lens. So this is the body of the lens, which is a bit in good condition. Well, just cleaning the dirt. I'm going to clean this also, but let's take care of the most important, which is the optics. So here we have the optical block that includes the diaphragm, and to open it, it is rather simple. So we're going to start from the back. Let me just use this because I can see, you see it is slightly protruding. So if you're going to lay it on a surface, make sure it is a soft surface like a cloth, or use this element just to hold, or otherwise you risk scratching this surface here. So be careful with that. And then here I have some fungus, and this part here we can unscrew. Here I actually removed all the elements yesterday, but what I had to do to remove this part was a bit tricky because there is some glue inside. So just let me show you here with zoom, and then what I will do is to put some isopropyl alcohol, and this is what I did. I put here in the hole, I repeat that a few times, and then I let it sit for a while, maybe 3 to 5 minutes, and then afterwards I tried to unscrew it, but that didn't really work, so I had to use a bit of force. You can see there's 2 slots to use a spanner key, which is a really useful tool, but I don't like using it a lot because there's always a chance that it slips and you damage or scratch something. But on the other hand, I have this tool, which is like a jar opener. I bought it on a flea market. And this produces a very good grip. So you put it like that, and then okay, I was able to rotate it. And that was yesterday when I was exploring the lens. So this is the first part, and by removing this ring we will be able to remove this glass element. Okay, and to remove that element we can use something like this. And here you go, the glass element. In the meantime I will leave it like that. And I just put the ring for holding it while I keep with the disassemble. Okay, next thing is here. So we are going to unscrew this whole element like I'm doing here by hand. Exactly same thing as before. There is a little hole here, and here I tried with isopropyl alcohol. I did that 2 or 3 times, didn't really work, was really tight. So I went to the next step, which is what I have in this bottle here, which is written nail polish remover, but it is actually acetone. And this I put it on the hole once, and again I use my jar opener tool, and this worked. And now I can remove this really easy. So if I get something black, yeah, you see here the condition also of this inner glass, and then I will be able to clean it thoroughly. Okay, if we keep going with the optics, here you will find the diaphragm. In this case it is rather clean, so we're not going to worry about it. And here you can access the rear element of the lens, so you are feeling like not doing it, you can proceed and clean from this side already, or you can come with the spanner. And then actually when I got the lens, this thing was already loose, so I didn't have to spend much energy on that. But otherwise you will have to use a lens spanner to access the 2 little slots that are here. So this is the spanner, very useful tool, but then also a very dangerous tool, because if this thing slips you risk damaging something. So what I do in such cases to protect the glass, I use just this paper tape to cover and protect everything. And so when I will be using the spanner, if it slips, I minimize the risk of actually damaging the glass. So take this tip into consideration for this and your future lens repairs. Okay, and so here we have removed the other part of the optical block, and here the issue is that with my little tape we're not able to see a lot the fungus and the dirty of it. Okay, and then here you go, you can see a big fungus there. Okay, that's for that. We are near done with the cleaning, and here this usually you don't have to do, because fungus barely happens behind the front element. But if you need to, you will need to use again the spanner. There are 2 micro slots here. Let me try to show them to you. So here you have one, and obviously in front you have the other, and with that you will be able to remove this little ring here. And with that I will be able to raise this element here for cleaning. And good thing we actually did, because I can see a little fungus here on the corner. And that's all for disassembling the optics. So as you can see, it is extremely simple and extremely quick. And now I'm just going to go and get ready for removing all this fungus. So see you in a few seconds. So hello friends, I am back. I'm ready for the cleaning. I just remove everything that is related to the disassembly and got the elements that I will need for cleaning the lens. This one being the most important is the solution you will find in this video, and is my own recipe for removing fungus. Besides of that, I have an old microfiber cloth that I use for this first cleaning, and then afterwards I have my kit with everything I need to do the final cleaning and get this lens as clean as possible. So let's start just by the removing of the fungus, and I'm just going to show you an example on this element here. This is the back, and there's some fungus. It is superficial, but the principle is pretty much the same. And then I will proceed to remove everything else off the camera, because this is always a lengthy process. So I put a little drop of my solution, then I spread with my finger, then with the microfiber cloth I just clean the excess of solution, and as you can see, things are getting very good. What we see now is just traces of cleaning. So the result is not really bad. What I'm going to do now is just proceed with the further cleanings, and to do that I take this cleaning solution that I have here. You can find a link on the video description, or if it is not that one, it will be this one that works really well. So I just use them a bit randomly each time. A microfiber cloth for the second cleaning, and a more new microfiber cloth for the last cleaning. So I take this solution with the second microfiber cloth I come and wipe, and I can see it is improving. I still have some traces of cleaning. This is somehow normal. And then with that I think I can proceed to the last cleaning. I will try not to use cleaning solution. This is just to remove the cleaning traces. And here we can see that the coating is maybe a bit degraded, but all that fungus on dirt, but then I think that for everyday photography this is going to have very little influence. Okay, so this is all for the cleaning. Obviously the last part is to remove any trace of dust. Now I'm going to keep doing this for every glass surface, and we meet afterwards to reassemble the lens. I am done with the cleaning, and now we are ready to reassemble the lens. This should be extremely simple. Here I remove the cover for my optics. I already have assembled this optical block that looks really nice. You can see looks beautiful. And then you might tell, okay, you did it without showing to us, but this is extremely simple. Actually, I screwed here the back and I screwed here the front, and we are done with the optical assembly. So this is really simple. Now to work and to put this thing in place here, this is where you need to pay attention if you want to save time. So you have this big fork, and as you can see I have already marked two lines that usually come all the way to here. They may be erased when I was cleaning the body of the lens, which I do in this video here. And now also the body of the lens is clean. Okay, and then I have here this second set of marks, which are going to play an important role just now. So to put the optics, and if you want to save time, so come to the lowest aperture setting, and here on the body we'll put the thing close, and it is obvious that this big one, this big element, goes into the big opening that is here, and opposite you have one that is moving as well, which is small, and this one naturally goes to the small fork that you have here. And the marks are just to tell me, okay, you are aligned with the big one and with the small one. And then I just simply need to go down. Okay, so first time I was struggling, second time got it without issue, and here you go, we have gotten in. And also to make your life easy, go to infinity position, because this is the lowest setting for this body here. So, and this also will make your life easy for inserting the optical block. Then just to finish, you will need to go to the minimum focusing setting to get this thing all the way out, and there you will need to notice what is the mark in which the set screw is going to lodge. Then you add the front element, you align to the mark. I didn't mark it because I did it already, so I notice in this position, and when you put the set screw it should enter without any difficulty. And with that we are done with the repair of this beautiful 85mm 1.8. That will keep going for many years to come. This is all I want to show today. Thanks for watching and see you next time.